So we finna go to Genesis 2. We finna look at the Hebrew word for help me, and we finna see exactly what it is. That was 2 verse 20. So, So verse 20 say, and Adamah gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. For Adamah, there was not found a help me for him. So he needed a help me. Let's see that word for help me. Finna go down in the interlinear concordance. And boom, we got help me, which is Ezer. And it's Strong's H5828. That's the code for it. Ezer means to help, succor, one who helps. But check me out real quick. Let's look at the Strong's definition. So look at the Strong definition. Can y'all see where it says Strong definition?
Mm-hmm.
So Azar, so the primitive root is to surround, protect, or aid, help, succor. So check this out. Let me hop back on. So it say, stop sharing screen, boom. So we saw that word Azer, y'all write that word down. A-Z-E-R, I guess you can spell it that. But anyway, help me also means, or really means, to protect and to surround. So get what the controversy is, that everybody think that a man role is to protect a woman, which is true, but they don't talk about how a woman is made to protect a man too, to surround a man, to protect him. Matter of fact, the first line of protection for a child is who? The mama. So check this out. So now we get, since we see the meaning of what help me is, Isaiah, now we can read it in its real context, right? So also when we put the term covering on the husband, it also can go for a wife too, because she covered a man. The only reason we can say this and prove this, because look, the same word that was called help, and we see how it's so proven that it's protection, we can see it in Exodus, how the Most High consider our help. And when you consider the Most High our help, it means that he our protection. So look, go to Exodus chapter 18 real quick. That's that, especially when a woman got children, she going to mama bear mode. Y'all know what mama bear mean. She finna attack some. Also, we finna see how we can see Hebrew words that's put on the wife mean to attack too. You feel me? That go again with surround. That's the word for virtuous. But look, let's read verse 4 real quick. Exodus chapter 18, verse 4.
And the name of the other was Eliezer. How do you say that?
Eliezer.
And the name of the other was Eliezer, for the Elohim of my father said he was mine help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh.
Get what? If we went to that word here right there, you feel me? So look, when you notice how that word also means, that's showing you what a wife is or a woman is. She a protection, right? We can see that same example in Deuteronomy 33 and 29. We ain't got to go there, but y'all write that down too. Deuteronomy 33 and 29. Another precept to that. We ain't gonna go there for the sake of time. It's Psalms 33 and 20. Y'all write that down. Showing you how help means to protect, and that's what a help me is. In Hebrew, is azed neged, a protection, somebody who surrounds you. So check this out. Let me take it to the top of the thing. Listen, I hope y'all long-winded. Because check me out. Let's go to Proverbs 14 real quick. Finna show you what a woman do, what a whole wife do, and why these roles are played down with in so many religions. They try to downplay what a woman is. And nah, I ain't no black woman God stuff, you feel me? Ain't none of that.
Work, bro.
Proverbs chapter 14.
I bet.
Nah, it ain't no situation. Well, I ain't saying no black woman of God, and I ain't not saying that a wife shouldn't listen to her husband, because that whole thing is a role too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what I'm saying is when the angel told Abraham to hearken to his wife Sarah, they were for a good reason. Look, Proverbs 14, read it from the top.
Every wise woman builded her house, but the foolish plucked it down with her hands.
I stop real quick. So what house y'all think you're talking about? Because we know we got contractors, we got you feel me, carpenters that can build houses. But a woman, so if we got people that do that, what house is he talking about that a woman build? So look, house, anybody know the Hebrew word for house?
No.
I heard Brandon said in the other room, she just don't know how to work her mic. Listen, the Hebrew word for bet is, I just said it. The Hebrew word for house is bet, right? That's the second letter of the Aleph bet. Every letter in the Aleph bet or the alphabet, Hebrew alphabet, it's a pictograph and it's showing something within the household. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's right, Shakir, bet. So like Aleph means, so not only it show household, but it show things around the household. So they had cattle outside your house. So Aleph like an ox and bet is a house. You know what I'm saying? If you keep going down, you're going to see a door, a nail, and this and that. But all these right here is what make up a civilization. You can see it all in the Hebrew language. So anyway, so when you go to that word bet, it's going to pop up in the Strong's Concordance in the definition. It's going to say shelter, a human body, a household, a family. So this also showing how without an actual physical household, that a woman can be a house. That's what it means by she build up her house. So when Proverbs 14:1 said a wise woman build her house, but the foolish pluck it down with her hands, that's saying we can take it like this. Our nation is contingent on the state of our women. But right now, the adversary, he is attacking our women. You can see that with Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion, City Girls. Look, the reason why they popping right now, look, ain't it right, Elijah? They popping right now for a reason. And they putting out a bad image on our women for a reason, because you can't get a nation without a womb. That's what a woman is. She is a womb. So now our whole nation being attacked, our offspring, our children, because the women ain't in their right state of mind. You feel me? So check this out. A woman can build or destroy. So look, let's go to Proverbs 1 real quick. I'm gonna show you how a woman got say-so in the household. Although a lot of people try to act like they don't. They say a woman should be in subjection. Zella, what's going on? Baruch Shabbat, that boy on the road. Yes, sir. So the filter is this how the order go, right? A woman was created to perfect a man. She is the spirit of the man. A man is a mouthpiece or a spokesperson, but the real power came from, for example, how Moses was the mediator between the people and the Most High, right? But Moses had a mouthpiece. Who was Moses' mouthpiece?
Aaron.
Right. So Aaron was Moses' brother. That was his mouthpiece. You can see that relationship. That's exactly how it goes. So if we take Moses, for example, and say he was like the wife, he was the spiritual mediator between the Most High and the husband. So boom, now you got the wife. The husband is Aaron, who is the spokesperson. So guess what? When the serpent came to beguile that woman in the garden, what she should have done, she should have went and got her husband. She should have went and got Adamah. Because this is why the devil also attacked the women, because they more susceptible to the spirit realm, because they really intuitively tapped in. You feel what I'm saying? So a woman is really tapped into the spiritual side. So any spirit, they already know that they will come to the woman first. That's why the serpent ain't come to Adamah. He went to his wife because she can listen better. I ain't gonna cap, but a man, he matures slower than a woman do. You feel what I'm saying? So we only use our rational side if we not tapped in. We only use the left hemisphere side of our brain, which is our logic and our ration. We only deal with things in face value. That's why a man can see a woman who is robust, you know what I'm saying? She look decent. And we want to go get that. But his wife will be like, no, you might not want that. You feel me? Because she's seeing the future. She's seeing the intuitiveness. You feel me? Like she might not be well for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a woman role is, to perfect the man in that manner. You know what I'm saying? So look, what I just went to Proverbs 1. I'm finna show you how to say so. Really go into the wife as well, the mother. So read verse 8 real quick. All right, Proverbs 1 and 8.
My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Boom, start real quick. So he said, hear the instruction of the father and forsake not the law of the mother. Now we can see this relationship within nature. Let's say that the mother is earth, right? Because we all come from the earth. Matter of fact, in a last Zoom call, I had sent some of y'all that seen Gospel of Peace. You feel what I'm saying? The seeing Gospel of Peace kind of real deal break this thing down about how we come from the earth, and the earth is our mother. Like everything about our body, we got it from her. We in the womb of the mother right now. But the Father, Heavenly Father, is where the instruction came from. But once the instruction get to the earth, then the earth, it make laws to hold us accountable. For the example, though, guess what? We got a rule in the law of earth called gravity. If you didn't adhere to gravity, then niggas will be jumping off doggone cliffs, dying. You feel me? But this, because the Most High whispered that instruction into the earth or the mother, and then now the earth gonna hold us accountable to that. You feel me? You mess around, go keep eating pork out every day of your life. What gonna happen? The earth gonna respond, nature gonna respond, and you gonna get hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes. Before you know it, you dead. You feel me? So look, the wife, the mother also has say-so in the household. You know what I'm saying? And we can see that relationship between the Heavenly Father and the earthly mother.
Mm-hmm.
So look, so with the whole ordeal, especially, you know, within our camps and all kind of stuff, where it say that a woman should be silent, you know what I'm saying, or learning in subjection, which is true to a certain degree. But at one point, the woman was what had equal power. It was just distributed different with the man when we was in our perfect Edenic state. So the woman being in rulership of the man, that was a curse. Let's go read that in Genesis chapter 3. So we finna go to Genesis chapter 3. Y'all write this down too. So the name of the game is, what I'm saying is, like I always tell y'all, we need to be going back to Eden, to our Edenic state. Sometimes Israelites, we be caught up in the Exodus. We be caught up when we was in the wilderness, when we was trying to learn how to be a people. You feel me? Psalm 95:10, you know what I'm saying? It said them 40 years long was the Most High grievous with us, like 40 years strong when we was in the wilderness. This the whole Exodus. This everything that these laws that we got, it was because we had a hard head. But imagine if we have a hard head. Some of these laws what we have, for example, wearing fringes, Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. We wore fringes because, right, we wear fringes so we can remind ourselves of the law. But if we was living Edenic, like Jeremiah 31:31 say in the new covenant, then it would be written on our hearts and our minds. Like we wouldn't have to practice it in that way because we already know what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look, let's read Genesis chapter 3, verse 16.
Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Boom. So check this out. Verse 16 said, now this was a curse that they got after they went against what the Most High said. The curse for a woman was not only having, you know, pains during giving childbirth, but to be unrulership under her husband. So my question is, what state was they in before the curses? Before, you know, that curse, were they equal? Did they have duality, like a dual power, but it was distributed different? See what I'm saying? If we want to get to the kingdom, we need to go back to Eden before the fall of mankind. So look, y'all understand, like everything when it come down to being transformed, it always happened in the womb. You can always see the allegories and metaphors within the scripture when it's talking about a womb. For example, Revelation chapter 12, when it talked about the woman with the 12 stars around her head, and she was carrying this man child in her womb. Y'all know what that story is talking about, right? It's talking about Israel and the Messiah, right? But notice how everything that go through a process of transformation, not only happened in the number like 40, for example, the flood was in 40 days, right? 40 nights. You always see instances of people fasting 40 days, 40 nights. They going through a time of transformation. How long do a child stay in in her mama womb? For how many weeks?
40.
40. Also, a child is sitting in amniotic fluid, which is water. This is the first baptism. They being formed in the womb. So this how cool the Most High is. Like, we can see this same design and template through so many things. You know what I'm saying? So you see how transformation happened in the womb. Everything is carried by the womb. The nation carried by the womb. This is why the woman is so important. This also why so many people in religions put down a woman as if they not important. Like, our nation is not contingent on a woman. Look, Proverbs 18 real quick.
Not to cut you off, brother. That's like a European concept too that they place upon us.
Right. You talking about downplaying the role of a woman and upplaying the man?
Yeah.
And that's that leading to homosexuality. This is what the Greeks was on.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
You talking about Alexander?
Alexander the gay man, for sure.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, they said he had an odor to himself. Like, they said he was one of the first cases of I guess like any STD, really. Not any STD, but AIDS in particular. That's why they always link that with homosexuality.
That boy was a body boy. Hey, body boy busting up them backs out he stank. Check this out. Listen.
Hey, I just want to mention the scripture, Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is abomination.
Ooh.
So I agree that we should be equally yoked.
Yes, sir, boy. Speak, poet. You said a false balance is abomination.
Proverbs 11:1.
Yes, sir. Hey, add that. Somebody put that in the chat too. Proverbs 11:1. Go back to it. Precept on them boys.
Yeah, that's a good.
Speak, poet.
What was the scripture that you said to turn to?
Let's go to Proverbs 18 real quick.
What verse?
Let's start off verse 20 real quick.
A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of Yahuwah.
Boom, stop. Let me ask y'all. It say, whoso find a wife find a good thing, right? In the garden, who was created for who? Was woman created for man, or was man created for woman?
Woman was created for man.
Man was created for woman. Remember, man was first. So woman came next to be a helpmeet or Isaiah Neged. Oh. Now, check this out. So y'all understand about like electromagnetic fields, like what our bodies give off, the EMF. So we gotta break that word down, electromagnetic. The reason why, and if you go on any woman doggone DM, I guarantee you're gonna see like 50 little men off in that thing coming out of. Like, I'm talking about like flies, boy. Ain't lit up. The reason why, because inside of our electromagnetic fields, the woman, she just so happened to give off more magnetism than anything. You know what I'm saying? Which is why she attracts so much thing. This why verse 22 say, whoso find a wife find a good thing, because men usually go after women. They the ones go finding a wife, because a woman magnet, she a magnet to everything. She pull things in. That's why a woman vagina go inward, right? Because her focus is really about the spirit, about inward things. It draw things in. Doodle, don't laugh, bro.
I knew one person was gonna laugh. Please, y'all.
I was trying to look down so it wouldn't be me.
Y'all childish for real, boy.
So listen, a woman go inward, man, and a man he stick outward, right? Right, you feel me? It's facts, kid. So a woman, she attract things. She a magnet to things, which is why we gotta protect our women too, because not like I say, she protect us, but it's a dual thing. We work together, protection. We gotta protect them and keep their spirit clean because they can attract all kind of unclean spirits. We can see that in the hip hop community right now. So a man going out chasing, he going to get a woman because she magnetized. On the flip side, a man, he got more electricity in his EMF. You know what I'm saying? But them just so-called metaphysical or esoteric truths. Look. But look, check me out. Let's go to Genesis 21 real quick. On the way to Genesis 21. Y'all understand, like in science, when they do neurological studies on the brain, like I said, y'all remember I said you got a left hemisphere and you got a right hemisphere. After these neurological studies on a man and a woman, a man uses his left hemisphere the most, which is his logical side, his rational side. We can deal with logic good. But a woman uses her right hemisphere, which is her creative side, her intuitive side. Like she used that more, which is why a man will give a blueprint to a woman and she supposed to execute it in the household. That's the role right there. The man get a blueprint and she execute it. Matter of fact, but you see where the magic happened at. Even with copulation, when a man lay down with a woman to conceive a child, right? He put his seed in her. That the seed is the blueprint. When that seed get up in there, the conception process, what you call meiosis, when the 23 chromosomes of the egg and the 23 chromosomes of the sperm come together, during that process, that's a magical process. You see the magic happen within the woman. She is like the earth. When you put a seed in the ground, when that seed start to sprout, you feel what I'm saying? It creates fruit. The fruit is your children. So listen, everything about the human being is got a lot to do with agriculture. Agriculture, you break that word down. Agriculture is agreeing with the culture, right? So boom, I'm telling y'all this to say this. We need to step back into agriculture so we can understand how to run our households too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that garden going. I like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
No cap, real roster man. Check me out.
I don't think he heard you. Elijah, we talking about you.
We
talking about how you got them fruits growing in your backyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They everywhere.
So agriculture, what we need to be studying and participating in so that we can understand about life and about how to run our household, because a man is a farmer. The woman is the earth or the garden. Her womb is the garden. That's where things grow at. But guess what? It takes your logic and your blueprint to come and give it to her so that she can be able to have enough creativity and magic to make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? Matter of fact, write this down. Write down husband. Husband comes from the word husbandry. It's the same word. And when you Google and see what husbandry means, husbandry basically is the cultivation of plants. So how can you learn how to be a husband when you don't understand about agriculture? It's the cultivation of plants. So guess what? You being a man, it's about leadership. Write that down. Say leadership. And when you break that word down, it's about leading her ship. So boom, check out it like this. The power is in the ship because you can't do nothing without that ship. You can't cross no water without the ship. Remember, the woman is the ship, but the ship do got a captain. The captain of the ship is the man. He the one that lead it, but the power is where? In the ship. Matter of fact, when it come down to providing, remember how I said Adam provided the material to make a woman. Write down man. Let's break this word down. We can say man is an acronym. We say meeting all needs. All of these word breakdowns is just a tool for understanding and to apply knowledge. Man is to meet all needs. So check this out. Today was gonna talk about marriage, but I think I'm gonna try to say that for next. I'm gonna talk more about man and woman. But within the union, y'all know how a lot of the doctrine go around saying sex is marriage, right? Mm-hmm. Which is true to a degree, but marriage is way deeper than just sex. You feel me? What say on Elijah?
It's been perverted, but the road is small, and with people, besides conceiving, the lust part of it has been perverted.
Mm-hmm.
So with the sex part, the sex is just consecrating the marriage. Now check this out. Y'all remember the first covenant? I ain't gonna say the first. I think it is the first. But that the Most High gave to Abraham, right? What was that covenant? The covenant was circumcision. The reason why the covenant is circumcision, matter of fact, why is the circumcision was in a natural way put on the foreskin of a man, of his sexual organ. That's showing you that the covenant come with when man and woman come together, that union. That's the reason why I put on that man parts like that. You know what I'm saying? But we talk about the circumcision of the heart, which is what really it is when you come down to it. You know what I'm saying? Because in order for you to learn anything, like in Psalms 25:10 say, you got to be in a state of meekness. You know what I'm saying? Like I said last meeting, you got to peel back, like in circumcision, or you got to till the ground for you to plant a seed in it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you become humble and meek and soft. You can't be no hard person coming around here thinking you finna learn something from the Most High. No, he deal with meek people and humble people. See me? Hold on. But this all go with circumcision and tilling the ground. Hold on, somebody try to call me. Let me get back on the video. Yes, sir. But check me out. I said we were gonna go to Genesis 21. Y'all probably forgot because I went off on a little, yeah. Look, go to Genesis 21 real quick and we finna read verse 12.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Genesis 21:12.
All right. And Elohim said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad and because of thy bondwoman, and all that Sarah has said unto thee. Hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Boom, stop real quick. So imagine what Sarah could have saw in her intuitiveness about the situation with Hagar being in a campgrounds. And imagine if Abraham had not hearkened to his wife. Then imagine if Ishmael would have messed around and killed Isaac. Because guess what? Sarah was slick seeing the future on things, which is why she was giving her opinion on things. And imagine if Abraham was like a lot of camp rules that try to rule with an iron fist, like, my word is this and that. And he would not hearken to his wife. Then it would have been a whole nother situation. You feel me? Isaac could have got killed by Ishmael while he out there making them weapons. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you read the one of them pseudo-pickle books in regards to Abraham, then you can see the full story in this, you feel me, in full context. But this going to show how some of the super brews who out here thinking that they should not listen to their wife, that they in the wrong. You should listen to your wife. Not saying she got the last word, but hey, she got the spirit of the Most High to be able for something you to consider about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this people look at that like, oh, bro, you want them soft brews. Nah, G, this is real life, man. You got to pay attention to scripture and slow down and start with the agenda. It's about duality and the equal balance. You feel me? So check this out. Let me share my screen real quick, man. I'm finna show y'all. Boom. How you do this again? I forget every time. Yes, sir. Listen, y'all know, y'all can see my screen, can't it?
Yeah.
All right. Whole time. Hey, check this out. Y'all know what the pineal gland is, right? This is a little bit science. So some of y'all that don't know might need to write this down. Look, see, pineal gland. We all got a pineal gland in our brain. Some people call it third eye, depending on whatever culture you're in. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I pull this up is because you got different hormones that's secreted in your pineal gland. Two of them is serotonin and melatonin. The thing about this is, write this down. The man secretes more serotonin in the pineal gland. You spell serotonin, let's see. Serotonin. Y'all see that, right? How I spelled it. So serotonin is a chemical in your brain, right? But it's also, you can put it with the word serious. This is why some men are more serious. They're more serious. But this is controlled by the sun. Y'all understand that the sun is a masculine entity, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Read that in Enoch.
Yeah, for sure. So you can read in Enoch how the sun is a masculine entity. But the sun and the moon controls what you call like a rhythmic homeostasis. Within your pineal gland, it controls whether it's like your sleep cycle, basically. You know what I'm saying? So the secretion of serotonin or melatonin is contingent on your pineal gland. Every gland in your body has a spiritual, what's the word? Connection. You feel what I'm saying? So everything in the spirit can be explained by science. And I hate when people try to make a difference between science and spirit. It's really the same thing because they explain each other. But I went to this to show the difference. A woman, she is more high in melatonin. And some of y'all know what melatonin is because y'all aunties probably gave y'all melatonin as a child to make you go to sleep when she ready to go to the club.
Ooh,
you feel me?
child.
Y'all mamas and stuff. Hey, look, write that down. A woman secretes more melatonin. And melatonin is what puts you to sleep. And also, melatonin, it makes a woman mellow. This is why a woman is naturally mellow when she ain't dealing with all this propaganda and agendas that attacking on her. A woman's supposed to be naturally mellow. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? With being mellow, it's a connection between melatonin and the moon. This is why the moon is a feminine entity, as said in the book of Enoch too, and so many other books. So guess what? Put the moon with the woman. But check this out though. With melatonin and with being mellow, you become creative. This is why a woman is more creative than a man. You go to every artsy event, it's always predominantly women or gay men who done tap into their feminine side. Not saying that art isn't a masculine thing, but you feel what I'm saying, right? So check this out. All these things is coming from your pineal gland. Now let me unstare my screen real quick. Y'all can see me again, can't? All right, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, check we out. We finna break down this word Ish and Isha, which is the Hebrew word for wife and husband. Now, if you got your pen, write this down. The Hebrew word for husband is Ish. ISH. So guess what? The 3 Hebrew letters that come up with each is Aleph. A-L-E-F, write down Aleph, which is the first Hebrew letter. The second one is Shin, S-H-I-N, or Shin. And then you got Yod, Y-O-D. So get what? So you got Aleph, Shin, and Yod. That's what create a husband. Right down next to it, the wife, Hebrew word is Isha. I-S-H-A-H. In the transliteration. So guess what? The 3 Hebrew letters for Isha is Aleph, A-L-E-F. Then you got Shin, S-H-I-N. Then the last letter is Hey, H-E-Y. Now, the reason why I brought this up is finna show you the significance. That's right, all right. The significance between the wife and the husband. Now, check this out. Elijah, I saw you writing, so what you got on your paper? The Aleph and the Shin, those two Hebrew letters. That's right, Jay got it down too. So what letters do they share with each other? Ish and Isha. What 2 Hebrew letters do they share?
Aleph and Shin.
Boom. What letters are left over in the Ish and then the Isha?
Yod and Hey.
Boom. So check it out. Y'all know what Yod Hey makes, right? What word?
Yeah. Right.
Right. So Yod and Hey makes Yah. Y'all know the tetragrammaton, right? Yod Hey Wav Hey. Yahuwah, Yahweh, whatever you want to say it. But check this out. I did that because you can see when you put Ish and Isha together, when you put a husband and wife together, then you can see Yah. That's how you see Yah. This is his name revealed. A Yod, write this down. The Yod is an arm, which means works. Because every letter in the Hebrew, right, it comes from a pictograph. It just basically pictures they had in ancient Hebrew, meaning something. So that Yod was an arm and it means work. Then on the white side, Isha, the Hey, it means window or to reveal. So y'all can kind of see the gender roles and dynamics within the Hebrew letters, right? Just like how a man got serotonin and it's controlled by the sun. So when the sun rises, a man supposed to get up and go to work, right? And the woman, she got melatonin, which is a mellow. So she in the house, she kind of domesticated, but she in the house making creativity happen. She executing certain plans. In a way, that Yod, a man is working. The Yod is in the man, his husband name. The Hey is in the woman, which is revealed. She reveals certain revelations. She gets certain downloads from the spirit realm. She can make things happen in regards to the spirit realm. This is how a woman protect you. Remember how I said help me is Azed Neged, meaning to help and to surround. So if she helping the surrounding, she helping you intuitively and spiritually. When a man go out to start their day at work, the woman should be about praying for cuz. You feel what I'm saying? Spiritually protecting him. You feel me? And she supposed to be in contact with the Most High to get this understanding, to be able to protect. For example, I'm gonna show you an example. When me and my siblings were growing up in Birmingham, like my daddy was deep off in that gang life. You feel me? And he had a couple shootouts that could have got us messed up at a household. But anyway, one time my mama had a dream that he got killed. Right when she went to call him, he had to go in the house to answer the phone. While he went in there to answer the phone, that's when the drive-by came and happened and shot up his homeboy. So imagine if she never had this dream from the Most High and called him to tell him about the dream, he could have got killed. This is the spiritual protection of a woman. A woman supposed to protect a man like this. You feel me? But check this out. So Isaiah Neged, help me, means to protect and to surround. Let's go to Jeremiah 1 real quick.
I was thinking about in the book of remembrance, where it says Bob, how she was preparing the altar every morning. You remember?
You so right. Matter of fact, hey Amanda, you still on here? So
I thought I just saw her.
oh yeah. Oh, she's still on here. She got it on mute. But check this out. So you're right. Bob, a lot of the women in ancient time, boy, they were doing a lot of the priestly work. You feel what I'm saying? But real quick, to go back to that Ish and Isha, the Hebrew words for wife and husband. So when we separate Ish and Isha, you don't got Yod and Hey. You don't got Yah when you separate the man and the woman. But when they come together, that's when you see Yah. Also, the two Hebrew words that was left over, the two Hebrew letters, was Aleph and Shin. So when you X Yah out of Isha and Ish, you got Aleph and Shin, which is Ash. Oh, okay. Yeah, she did on her baby. So you got Aleph and Shin left over when you take Yah out the husband and wife. Aleph and Shin together mean fire and destruction. So if you so once you take Yah out the relationship, that's when things go to hell. You got fire and destruction. So to the people who really understand Hebrew letters, you understand like off top, you know that Shin means destruction. It's like teeth. It means separation. Aleph is like a power. You feel me? It's that ox. Right. So I'm saying, so you got a strong destruction at you. And when you take Yah the relationship, you feel me? Hey.
Well, not just that, but go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying not just the relationship, but like men and women being alone, it's not a good thing, as Yah said in the beginning. But I'm thinking about Paul, like I love my boy Paul, but First Corinthians or Second Corinthians, chapter 7, where he was basically encouraging people to be single, and I'm like, what? How? That's not good at all,
man.
Especially for men. I think women could survive. But men, no. You should not be alone.
Cause no cap,
I don't think I can. I need a man.
Without that woman, boy, you lacking the spirit. Matter of fact, I'm telling you, like this lesson can go on forever, but I'm gonna get to it. But even the word real, you feel me? The Hebrew word got a connection with side or breath, like the breath that the Most High put in human, meaning the woman is the spirit. But we gonna get to that. Know what I'm saying? It's just too much to build onto this. I can't lie. Let's go to Jeremiah 1 real quick. Hey, I encourage everybody to start studying them Hebrew pictographs and Aleph Bet, the whole Aleph Bet and what they mean is. Hey, let's get that Jeremiah 1 and then verse 4. Start now.
Then the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, before I formed thee in the belly of KJV. Before I formed you in the belly, I knew you. And before you came forth out of the womb, I sanctified you, and I ordained you a prophet unto the nations. Then I said,
real quick, I went here just to show how the Most High, he already know what's up before anything get into the womb. Like, he already know who you is. Like, you is that. But the only thing is, you got to go through the womb, shalom alaikum. The only thing about it, you still got to go through the womb, because this is where the transformation go on at. Remember the numbers I just said. The 40 days and 40 nights. For every situation, the allegory metaphors you see in the scripture, it was always a time of cleansing, washing, and transformation. Just like a baby in the womb for 40 weeks, got to be transformed. We need woman to carry our nation. We ain't got no nation without a woman. So this is why the attack is on our women right now. F nigga free. You feel me? That's what they want to be. But guess what? We understand with that whole little agenda that they push behind that, how it's tearing our women down. They ain't knowing they real power. They can't tap in Because really, oh, this thing's still recording. Okay, bet. Because really, like what we just said in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 4 about, in verse 5 about the womb. Now, boom, we got to start understanding and studying nature too, like I always tell y'all, science, because in embryology, you can see the whole story right there. How the doggone, like I say, the sperm go up the fallopian tube, the cell, and then meet with the egg, and it have a process called meiosis with 23 chromosomes on both sides. But when they come together, then you got the ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. These three cell tissues, they would create and form a baby, because this cell, he in a whole nother life, right? He in a whole nother existence in reality. So he got to create, he got to be transformed in the womb to prepare himself for the life outside the womb. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we doing in earth right now. We being transformed, you feel me? And we preparing for our life outside of the earth. The same way the sperm cell got to prepare to come outside the womb. I hope y'all see that connection. So check this out. Earlier, how we had started in Genesis, and we showed.
Lady, calm down.
For you.
I was about to say that's your dog.
It should be right there inside this room. It's like right there in the ceiling.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What you doing in the next probably like 2 hours from now?
Not much. If you want, you can do it.
Yeah, I thought of
Okay.
You talking about above where the downstairs area?
Yeah, it's right there on the other side of this wall. There's a vent on the ceiling. You just open it and then you just place this in and then close it.
That's a bed. Me and my sister were looking at it earlier. We were like, we need to run down on that.
Oh yeah, here you go, man.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, y'all was in Columbia same time we was up there, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's lit, man.
We stayed in West Columbia.
Oh, that's exactly what we were, West Columbia.
Really?
For
That's where I
sure.
was born, dude.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh man. That's what it is, though. I'm gonna step back in with you.
All right, man.
Bless up, man.
You have a good day.
Yes, sir.
Kiki.
They be cutting up. That boy got
What wrong with
the
Oh, check
She
this out.
The boy holding the household down and stuff.
Got to know that, boy. Finna get everything good, boy. Decent. Check this out. What I was talking about, let me see. So look, y'all remember, help me in Hebrew was Azed Neged. Help me also means, or it really means, the strong definition is to surround and protect, showing how a woman is to protect and surround a man spiritually and intuitively. So if you got a husband, you really need to be doing that priestly work. You know what I'm saying? And so a man got a role too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they always say, he got 3 roles: a king, a priest, and a prophet. So check this out. In order for you to be a king, right, you got to have rulership. Elijah, you might want to write this down too. So a king is about rulership, right? But in order to have rulership, look at the word ruler. We got to figure out, what does a ruler do? A ruler give measurement, right? So a man logical side, when he used the right hemisphere side of his brain, it's to understand how to, like I said, bring a blueprint and to measure things out. You know what I'm saying? So this is what rulership is. He also is a prophet. A prophet bring the word to the people, right? Just like how Adam had to bring the word to his wife. But his wife was supposed to be there to remind him, to be a helpmeet, to be like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. Matter of fact, let me give you a better way to understand this word that you brought to me. So a husband can bring the word to his wife, but then her creativity and her intuitive side and her spirit supposed to be able to blossom and really show this man how to apply this knowledge that he got. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's important for a man to have a wife, because she perfect him. She show him how to apply this knowledge. While women have to really be tapped in. Women need to be out here meditating and praying. All right, check me out. So
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, what's up?
Bree asked me, is it lawful for us to meditate?
Man, we
can get back with her.
Yeah, man, we got so many scripts on meditation, man, especially King David. He said, meditate on your bed before you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, you should be trying to tap in because that's when these dreams come in. See, a lot of people think dreams come from only the Most High. Dreams come from the spirit realm in general. So some dreams be inspired by, man, I remember one time I woke up from a very negative dream and I heard like a buzzing sound. Right, meditate on his word day and night. That's right, Shaquille. So I heard a buzzing sound leave from above my head. That's how I know dreams be influenced. It don't just sometimes be your memories, like we know in science, but it really do be influenced and not always influenced by the Most High. So we should meditate on our bed before we go to sleep every night. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
get
look,
what?
though, I'm glad she said that because it's what you meditate on. People meditate on evil, but you gotta meditate on his word. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
That's right.
just let me meditate on my chakras and all that. Nah, I don't be, gotta meditate on the Most High, man.
Well, so
Chakras. Never mind. Sorry, you go ahead.
no.
No, you go ahead. You can explain better.
I wouldn't straight call chakras because thing is we have tools that come from the spirit realm. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is, depending on who got that tool, that's what make it evil. So chakras ain't evil. That's just your endocrine system. You feel me? The glands. But
it's the conception of it. You know, like how you make you made a religion out of that, like made a deity out of that, like
yeah, you are idolizing.
You can meditate on you want your heart to pump better, whatever your spirit, whatever your brain.
Yeah, that's for sure. So with meditation, man, it's about us listening because during prayer, we always talking. Matter of fact, the Hebrew word for prayer is tefillah. That means like, you feel me, a swaying, a praising while you praying, but you always talking while you praying. When do you ever get the chance to let the Most High speak to you? You feel me? That's what meditation for. So you can listen and hear. Yes, sir. But matter of fact, I'm glad you said something about chakras, because I know you understand it's just a tool. Just like if I got a gun, like I told that fire everywhere I go, but the only thing about it, it might not be evil in my hands. That ain't my intent, but let somebody else who irresponsible get it. Then it become evil. You know what I'm saying? But we just got tools from the spirit realm in general.
When I was a kid, I used to dive off my parents' yacht.
So check this out. Boom. Let's run down a couple scriptures because I kind of lost my point. No cap. Let's go to Proverbs 12 real quick. But look, for the whole thing in general, y'all getting what's going on, right? A woman is to protect a man spiritually, intuitively. A woman is slick, spiritually more mature than a man sometimes. Well, most of the time, naturally. You know what I'm saying? Also, let's look at this ratio. Like, you have a lot more women in the world than you do men. It take a lot to create a man, even in embryology. You know what I'm saying? When that Y chromosome got to come together. Everybody is XX chromosome until that determining factor within them 42 weeks that decide that, oh, well, it's finna be a man. So then, it take a lot more. So that process don't supposed to stop once you get out the womb, like people say. The process is supposed to keep going, even outside of the womb, because it take a lot more for somebody to be a man. We got male everywhere. We got, you feel me, boys, but it take a lot more to be a man. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, a woman is more tapped in and more spiritually connected to the Most High or the spirit realm in general. You know what I'm saying? Look, we finna run down to Proverbs chapter 12, verse 1.
Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. A good man obtaineth favor of Yahuwah, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones.
Boom, stop real quick. A virtuous woman. We finna talk about what virtuous mean, because we throw that around a lot. Everybody talk about a virtuous woman. What do virtuous mean? But before we talk about what virtuous mean and we get to that Hebrew word, notice how I said a virtuous woman is a crown. She's a crown to her husband, because you can't get a king without a crown or a queen, right? Matter of fact, I don't know if y'all play chess. You feel me? Me and Terry, we used to always play chess. But in chess, your most powerful piece on the chessboard is a queen, right? But her goal is to protect the king, because the king in that game is more respectful. Like he's to be respected, and he got to be protected. This just like what we keep reading, Azed Neged, which is help me in Hebrew. Azed Neged means to protect, to surround. This is exactly what happened in chess. You feel me? A queen protect and surround this king, and she can do anything on the chessboard. She can go up far she want, diagonal far she want. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. Hold on, let me share my screen one more time so I can get this interlinear concordance to show y'all what virtuous is.
We got anything to do with virtue?
Yeah. Boy, you funny, boy. It definitely do. But check this out. Let's see the Hebrew word. I'm gonna go to Proverbs 12. Proverbs 12. Let's do it. I'm gonna go to verse 4. Let's see that word. Virtue is hayil. Okay. Look at this strong definition. So virtue is from probably a force, whether of men, means, or other resources, an army, wealth, virtue, valor, strength, able, activity, army, band of men, company, forces, good host, might, power, riches, strength, strong substance, train, war. So check this out. We see also how virtuous is, we can put that with strength and ability. Just like what protection, what you need to be a protector is that strength, to be an army, to have power. Right?
Yo.
So get what? Say it again.
In the blue, I see. I'm in it now. Right,
Yeah, you in the blue and that Bible out. So look, yeah, Proverbs 12 and 4, then you hit interlinear concordance and go down that hayil.
The interesting thing about this word is that people, like the world, they associate all those like words, the protector, the war, like, wait, hold on. Let me look at it. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like all those words, like they associate that with only men. And like, I don't know, like just talking to like a camp Hebrew, they're like, you out of order, sis. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. It's weird.
Talking about out of order, but remember what we read in Genesis 3. What was that woman before she had to be ruled by the man as a curse? You know what I'm saying? We are trying to get back to that Edenic state of mind. The Garden of Eden is basically where heaven meet earth. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what we're trying to be. As a priesthood people, we need to be living in our perfect state before the fall of mankind, because that was the intent was. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell y'all, even when it come down to eating flesh, a lot of y'all don't even eat flesh in the group, but y'all already know what's up when it come down to eating flesh. Genesis 1 and 29 was our prescribed diet. It wasn't no Leviticus 11 when they talking about clean and unclean. Everything unclean if it's dead. Now, whoever was writing down notes, man, just put down virtuous in your notes. And the Strong's code was H2428. And that's giving you what virtuous mean. And it got a lot to do with army, with strength. And remember what we said, help me, was Azed Neged, which means to surround and protect. This is what a woman is. She the strength. H2428. Yeah, Strong's H2428. Yeah, right. But see how I got word host within the strong definition? This is the same host that you can see in Exodus chapter 14, verse 4. You know what I'm saying? When they talk about a host being an army, strength, you know what I'm saying? Let me get back on here real quick. I'm start sharing my screen. Yes, sir. We off anything. But check me out. So what's some of the scripture that we all familiar with within these camps in regards to women? You know, we can go to Timothy and 1 Peter. What's some of the scripture y'all can remember when they talk about a woman being silent or in subjection?
I don't know the exact scripture, but where it say it's a shame for a woman to speak. That's the one they gave me.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So check this out. That was in Timothy. Only thing about it, listen, it's right to a degree, but also at the same time, it's a part of something bigger than that. So remember, the reason why I said it's right, because remember how I said Hawa should have went to her husband when that so-called serpent or that man came to her in the garden. She should have went to Adamah to confirm things. Like, is this true? He said, oh, we can't eat from this tree. Is this true? She should have got with this man, her husband, like husband and wife supposed to be together and come to these conclusions together. But now she sat there and she came to a conclusion by herself. You know what I'm saying? Or she spoke to the servant. Whole time is that's a situation where she should have kind of been quiet. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't that a woman supposed to be quiet. How a woman gonna be quiet if she supposed to teach her children? Feel me? a woman supposed to, and then this is the only thing about it too. Right now, 2022, we send our children out to school. It was a point in time where our women was really carrying the nation. She was being a womb to the nation. She was nurturing children. She was teaching the children at home. But now we done got so lazy that a woman just send her children to school and she do whatever. But check this out. That's why, again, Elijah, we finna be establishing these communities where within the community, our children can be learning actual truth from us, not from no doggone, like Dr. Laiga Africa said. Negroes ain't never seen a doggone a lion be taught by a polar bear. You feel me? You ain't gonna never see that in nature. We gotta be teaching our own. If we on one accord, or a card in Hebrew, a card mean to be in oneness. We're gonna be in oneness, we need to be in oneness and not be learning from our oppressors or even from people who is not on the agenda with the Torah. You know what I'm saying? Now check this out. Go to 1 Peter chapter 3 real quick. But look, some of these things, look, we got to start looking at history too. When they started doing the women right movement jump, and a lot of black women were trying to get into the get into the so-called struggle that the white women were having with their men. When we weren't even in the same boat from the get-go, like it should have never been no situation like this, to where a woman wanted to be so independent. Like a white woman struggle with her husband was different from our struggle. We should have stayed together. But nah, the trick of the game was, and I don't be trying to bring up no race stuff, you feel me, when we come building on scripture anyway. But check this out. The name of the game was, imagine if things was never integrated and things stayed segregated. We could have been stayed in our actual truth, because it was a more detriment that we started coming together with other people. The reason why I say this is, check this out. In MLB, when you had like the national leagues for the black baseball teams, when they was doing their own thing, they had their own money circulating in their own arenas. They had their own vendors. These all were black-owned vendors, black-owned arenas, and the black-owned athletes. You feel what I'm saying? But by the time somebody like Jackie Robinson, who they allowed to be in the MLB for the white leagues, that started taking money out of our sports community. You feel what I'm saying? And now it ain't no such thing as the Negro League. So, I mean, certain things in regards to even like integrating with our education and stuff like that is more of a detriment to us, especially if they not on one accord with the Torah or the truth of the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I just found out. So, I just found out that they don't even teach Black history at all in the school no more. They took it out.
Yeah, they took it out last year.
I just found that out. Yeah, so we don't even get the basics of the foundation of it's more to it than our Black history, but even the foundation taken out because it was, I guess, offending the white students. So us, like you said, being mixed, which is one of the reasons I'm taking East out of school.
They ain't want their grandchildren to know what kind of monsters they were. That's why they doing it. They don't want their grandchildren to know. Because really, if they around 80s or 90s, they really took part of it for real. So they don't really want they grandchildren to see them like that. I'm guessing they're ashamed of their history or whatever. Supposedly.
Man, nah, that's stuff, but it didn't again show how it's imperative for us to have our own.
And it show you how easy it is for them to rewrite history if they wanted to.
Check this out. Back on topic. Let's get back on this train real quick. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 3 real quick, man. We finna go to this famous verse about a woman being a weaker vessel. Let's see what's out. Let's see what's out.
Where we at?
1 Peter chapter 3. The epistle of Peter. Y'all know Peter ain't wrote 2 Peter. That's lit, ain't it? Fun
I
fact.
was just about to ask who wrote First Peter, but I thought it sounded stupid.
Supposedly Peter wrote 1 Peter. I can believe that, but I can't believe 2 Peter because 2 Peter was written after Peter died. So who wrote it? Matter of fact, a lot of so-called books in the Bible or books. So they weren't written by who they ascribed or they said they were written by. This is what you call pseudonyms. Like Jeremiah wasn't written by Jeremiah. It was written by his understudy, who was Baruch. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
I mean, that in a way that can make sense because just said they were busy, they were super busy. They wouldn't have time to write about themselves, you know what I'm saying? Because they were fulfilling.
Yeah. And some people say they weren't literate, so they couldn't write, so they had to just spit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, babies.
Yeah, Pope babies. But I mean, I can accept that from like a lot of the prophets, but I can't accept Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Like I love Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, but hey, it's some twistedness that go on within the history of them four gospels. But I ain't gonna get into that right now though.
All right, 1 Peter 3. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. Keep going.
Look, skip down to verse 7. I'm gonna get to it.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
Boom, stop. Check this out. Gotta make sure your prayer not be hindered, but check me out. It said that a weaker vessel, a lot of people think that weaker vessel, they think about it in its totality, like a woman just dumb or something. Like I can't lie, I know a lot of count brews that go to the verse to say how a woman should not be teaching or a woman should not be doing this and that. Well, I'm telling y'all, imagine if Harriet Tubman would have came to you talking about something, man, I gotta way up out of here. A super brew gonna be like, man, we ain't listening to this woman. All right, now you stuck. You stuck on a plantation, my boy, cause you so doggone. Yes, sir. What's the word? Doodoo.
Narcissistic.
Yes, sir. That's it. That's a good word there. Narcissistic. So check me out. So weaker vessel don't mean that she intellectually inferior to you or anything like that, like a lot of people believe. Look, I'm finna go. Let me share my screen one time. I'm finna go to Blue Letter Bible out. Let me see. Share the screen. I'm finna go to Blue Letter because I'm curious. I'm curious to see what vessel mean. What Greek word they use for vessel.
They need to change the color of it or something. It'd be hard to find on the screen, man.
So I'm on the Blue. You talking about the share screen?
Yeah, I know it's on my phone, man. I think I just scroll past like 6 times.
I know, man. They might need a.
They need to change the color.
No cap. Oh, y'all can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Let me go to weaker vessel and see why I'm going. Great. This thing still loading. Okay. Let's see vessel. Household utensil, domestic gear. Let's see. Hold on. So we can see it's talking about body. Vessel. translation count translates Strong's G 4362 in the following manner: vessel, good stuff, sell. So this is what I'm looking for. Hold on real quick. Let me get to the etymology of it.
How you get to that the exact page right there, bro?
Look, check this out. You can see that I click on
Vessel.
one cell, and then I gotta go to interlinear concordance.
Right, I'm there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just gotta click. Okay.
Yeah, check this out. Then I go to vessel. What I want to pull out is, y'all know what a vessel is on the ship?
They call the ship the vessel.
Right, for sure. So check this out. Notice how I got sail and goods up there. You know what I'm saying? Synonymous with a ship. Let me get off this sharing the screen thing real quick. So remember how I said earlier about lead her ship?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The reason why I went to this because vessel is showing you here that a vessel is not talking about anything inwardly. It's not talking about anything intellectually or spiritually about a woman. It's talking about just her outer vessel. It's talking about everything outwardly. So a woman just weaker as in the physical sense. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that. But when gurus go to that to talk about them being intellectually inferior, they all the way false. It's not talking about anything dealing with intellect or spirit. So check this out. I'm finna go to the one of the last verses I want to hit on real quick. Let's go to Jeremiah 31. Let's do that Jeremiah 31.
What verse are we at?
Let's jump down on verse 22.
How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahuwah have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Boom, check this out. So some of y'all who been in the truth for a little minute, and y'all ever see like Hebrew weddings, some of the Hebrew weddings, they use Jeremiah 31 to like a ceremony in their wedding where a woman walking around the man 7 times and compass a man. Y'all ever seen that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So check this out. They'll use Jeremiah 31 for that. But I went here to show how a woman do, like we said, Isaiah Neged in Hebrew, help me. She surround a man spiritually, intuitively, just like the Malachim and the holy watchers do. They surround you and they minister to you, and they protect you, right? So a woman do the same thing. She is like an angel to a man, and she encompasses a man. Also, the device called a compass. What do a compass do, right? What is good for? Direction for navigation. Check this out. So just like a ship, you leading her ship, it's all got to do with navigation. Where y'all going in y'all relationship? You feel what I'm saying? Where y'all going with it? So everything is about navigation too, like a compass is. So check me out. And it's leading through waters. Also, when you look in scripture, waters are always a metaphor allegory about like tribulations or hard times. Just like in Revelation 12, when it said that dragon tried to spit out a flood at the woman in the wilderness, but the earth helped her. You know what I'm saying? So we all on a ship right now, and we traveling on waters. We on all kind of tides and tribulation. We in Yaakov's trouble. But to get through Yaakov's trouble, we need the sailor and the ship. And the sailor need to be leading her ship in leadership. You feel what I'm saying? And need to be using navigations and compasses. You feel what I'm saying? So check me out. So let's talk about the word real. We always use real. A real, what we call our wife or our woman, because she came from the real. But let me share my screen one more time real quick. I want to see something. I don't know if it's gonna pull up. I'm finna go get that word real. Let's see what real talking about. I'm gonna just see if it pull up in any verse. Yes, sir. Sila. So real Hebrew word is Sila or Salah. side, rib, beam. These are the biblical usage. It got rib, plank, board, leaves, side. Look, y'all see how this going back to a ship and about what's carrying the nation? A woman is carrying the nation, right? Just like a ship carry goods. Check me out. This is a connection right here. The rib, the plank, the board, the side chambers, the beam. What is a beam, y'all? A beam is what hold up the household, right? Then let's take this back to what we read in Proverbs 14 when it said that a woman builds her house. Y'all remember that when we went to Proverbs 14? It's also showing how a rib is a beam. A beam is what hold up the house. This right here is showing the actual role and the good side of what a woman is, because everybody paint the picture like she just a slave or something like that. This is what a woman is. She hold everything together. She carry us like a ship, a beam, a plank, a board, a vessel. All this got to do with, if we wanted to use, let me stop sharing my screen. If we wanted to use representation of things, it would be a ship. Know what I'm saying? Just like with the Masons. The Masons got that song, what's that song that they use and we sing it as a nursery rhyme? It slipped my mind that quick. But check this out. But y'all get in the picture, right? What a woman role is, the holding up the household. But this always downplayed that a woman is very powerful in a sense. Now check this out. Let's go to Proverbs 31. Everybody know Proverbs 31. Write that down to Proverbs 31. About a virtuous woman. Y'all remember what virtuous mean, right? What we saw in the Hebrew word if you wrote it down.
A yield, right?
Yeah, hayil. Mm-hmm. And it's just like the Hebrew word for help me, which is azed neged or azed.
Azir.
Mm-hmm. So guess what? This woman is a protector. She an army against strong forces. Let's read Proverbs 31 in its whole context. Every woman in the truth quote Proverbs 31 day and night. You feel me? On everything.
We love Proverbs 31.
Yes, sir.
All right, what verse?
Yes, sir. Hey, I still want to start from the top, man. I just want to read the whole context slick.
Okay. All
For
right.
sure.
So the words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyed kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink. Interesting. Lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted.
Stop real quick. In Isaiah 28 and in Isaiah 29, it talked about a deep sleep that was put on the people. Matter of fact, a lot of Hebrews go to Isaiah 28 to talk about line on line, precept on precept. But when you read Isaiah 28 and 29 in the full context, Isaiah wasn't telling you to read line on line, precept on precept. What he was saying people read line on line all day and still don't understand, because he then talked about how they stumbling and they drunk. They drunk with abominations. Then, matter of fact, you take that, you go to Revelation chapter 18, and they talk about how we in Babylon partaking in the delicacies of this woman, Babylon, the great harlot, and we drinking, we full of the wine of her abominations.
Yeah.
So that's a connection between what we just read, Proverbs 31, Isaiah 28, Isaiah 29, and Revelation 18. And we can do a whole lesson on that another time. So we can look at it from a spiritual sense of drinking, but we know also physically what drinking gonna do to you too. People get drunk, and you know what I'm saying? That's because they might be going through things. That's why I say get strong drink to people who ready to perish. Also, you just gonna perish yourself anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Doing all that drinking. But that's a whole nother topic. Y'all take care of y'all bodies. You feel what I'm saying?
Though, everybody know alcohol take away from anything you is consumed in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that. It take away from anything that is poured on. It take the life from.
Oh wow, yeah.
So that's why that's an elephant in the room and a can of worms we can open up in regards to boy on these feast days. Everybody, their mama getting slaughtered. I'm talking about, hey, they in there eating so-called Passover lamb getting slaughtered at the feast day, boy.
Ooh.
I don't even know how. Hey, I don't even think we supposed to be on that type of time for real, when we really study scripture. And I don't think Yahushua was on that type of time if we so-called messianic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Not at
sir.
all.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it's not talking about the alcohol, but the verse 3 where she said, "Give not your strength unto women." I wish we would have brought it out a little bit more about how women also could steer you the wrong direction, because we have so much power over men, and like, like brothers, like, be careful what woman you pick as a helpmeet, because not every woman is gonna help you. She's gonna destroy you. That's that Sirach 26, right?
Yes, sir. And I was
I
gonna
feel
go to
like if
go
he
ahead.
got the spirit of lust on him, they're gonna apply to him. You know what I'm saying? If he got that sexual spirit on him, that'll apply to strictly them.
But look, I was finna say, even when it come down to a man going to get a mate, I think this why mothers and sisters and aunties are important too, for them to be in the truth, because they can help direct this man. You feel me? They can use their intuitive side to be like, oh no, I don't know if you need to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Because get what we in the day we might be using straight our real load. You feel me? And our logic, we only see things face value. We be like, oh, she bad, but we ain't know that she bad in the inside too, Pimp Ju. You feel me? So check this out. If you listen, you watch any doggone, like it's a book called Portrait of a Pimp by Iceberg Slim. Matter of fact, you go on watch any doggone interview from any pimp. You feel me? Don Magic Juan, Bishop Seymour, all these known pimps, and they always got the same story. That the reason how they got in the pimp game because they was younger and there was a woman in their life who taught them to pimp. So get what? A woman will teach a man. A woman learn in the womb. Also, a man learn in the womb. He come out learning from a woman. And even in adult time, he still learn from a woman in a certain sentence. But sometimes he gets steered in the wrong direction. For example, in that pimp explanation. So get what? Verse 3, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroy kings, because a man got a certain strength and a woman got a certain strength, but you don't give your strength to her to make certain conclusive decisions. Feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Peace, guys. Can I add something?
Oh, yes.
It's Amanda speaking.
What's going on, Shalom?
So I was having this talk with my brother a couple years ago, and he was talking about the concept of semen retention, and how when a man is just constantly doing that, it drains him of his strength and of his even his brain cells to think properly. And so he was suggesting that maybe even it also was speaking to along the lines of that, not giving your strength unto a woman every time you lay with her, because you're not going to be able to think straight. You're not going to have energy. You're not going to be able to make decisions with, wise counsel. You're just going to be a little all over the place.
No cap. And I'm glad you said that, because that really brought me back to remembrance too. Also, I remember one of my elders, Dwayne, you know what I'm saying? He's real strong. He'll moray at one of the camp down in Florida we was at in Jacksonville. Big strong man, you feel me? He lift weights all the time, and he used to always tell me about semen retention in regards to like retaining your strength, like on a physical level with semen retention. So get what? I can say that verse 3 go good, exactly what you just said. You know what I'm saying? But also, we also know about cerebral spinal fluid. We know about the nitric oxide between your pineal gland and pituitary gland, and how all this is synonymous with a man's semen. So guess what? These boys out here, not only they laying down with 50 lamb women, they strapping up, they putting condoms on. These condoms killing you at the same time. Now, you, like you said, that is a situation where you giving strength to a woman, and you killing yourself because your sperm got life in it. The more you ejaculate, the more you give out your life force. If not, you doing it for a situation of procreation and conception. Just like how the Most High killed Onan, Judah's son, because he spilled his seed on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Going against nature, that's right. Are you going against nature? I like that, Amanda. But show that. What
Verse 5. Lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open thy mouth for the dumb in the case of all such as are appointed to destruction. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Who could find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband do safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens.
Stop real quick. Y'all, look. Y'all remember how I always say we gotta study nature, study science, bro? You feel what I'm saying? So when I was a kid, I always watch the little Animal Planet, National Geographic Channel, all these and that. Ain't it right, Ari?
Every day.
Yeah.
Hey, hear me? Hey, check this out, boy. Listen, y'all know the Lion Prize, the packs. What do you want? The woman in the Lion Prize, she really handling it. Them women, the sisterhood. So get what? They go out, they go get it. They go get to meet with the man there. He's just there for physical protection, you know what I'm saying? Or he might every now and then go pick out somewhere for them to set up camp at, be like, oh, they were finna do a hunt at. Well, what the women doing? They the ones that making it happen. They doing the hunt. You feel me? They the go-getters. But listen, this applies to even humans sometimes too. Like, once the woman, like in Proverbs 1, it said the father give instruction. Go ahead, so let's speak on it.
That kind of reminded me, because I listened to that meditation of Proverbs 31 as I go to bed, and I was just listening to it last night or the other day, and I was thinking, like, man, that reminds me of how women are like, oh, I want a soft life, you know? And it's like, well, that takes work. Like, we're meant to work. Trust me, there's the Most High, he's balanced, you know? He's never going to be like, oh, just work and you're meant for only this, you know? There's balance to everything. There's a time to rest, but like, you have to put in work. Like, no matter for what type of life you want, you're going to have to work. Like, that's necessary. That's what a virtuous woman does, is put in some type of work to build what the Most High has purpose for you.
No cap. Proverbs 14, what we said, she built her house. But check this out. When we get to the kingdom, what is the Most High going to say to you if you was a righteous person?
Well done, my faithful servant.
He going to say, well done. Well done. To be well done, you got to bend the did some work, right? He ain't say well believe, well have faith, or nothing like that. He said, well done, my good and faithful servant. So you right, Celeste. Do need to be putting in work. And you know what I'm saying? This is what the work whoever put their hands to the plow and look back, they ain't fit for the kingdom. You feel what I'm saying? That's the end. I'll be all of that. But check this out. Let's hop back on, Aaron. Unless somebody else has something to say.
I got something to say about the last topic we was on, but we can get at it when we get through this.
Okay. You want to finish shouting out?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it over here. Verse 12, and
Verse 16.
For sure that. Let's do it.
She considered a field and buy it. With the fruit of her hand, she plant a vineyard. She doing a lot. She girded her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. She perceived that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She laid her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretched out her hands to the poor. She reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. She maketh fine linen and selleth it. and delivered girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in times to come. She opened her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Eateth not the bread of idleness. Okay. Her children arises up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feared Yahuwah, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates.
Boom.
Hallelujah.
Somebody got to build on that. Doodle, you still got what you had in your head?
Oh yeah, as far as back to the semen retention thing.
Okay.
Only when I feel like a man don't have a problem with making decision or judgment on semen retention unless he's put in an environment around women and he haven't, had sex in a minute. That's the struggle that he'll have. Like, you'd be like, damn, she look good. But he had none in a minute. So it like, shit, I probably want to bust her down or something, so you got to get up out of there. That's from my personal experience. But as far as making personal judgment or decision on a regular, when work, what I'm going to do, this and that, it never been a problem. But when I get around women and it's been a minute, I'll be like, yeah, I need to get from around. I ain't thinking straight. I'm thinking with my other head. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the only problem I've ran into while on semen retention.
Yeah.
Anything like that. But yeah, that's all.
He need him a wife.
Yeah, he do.
Hey, on verse 10, like the agenda now is women going after, they want whoever got the bag. They ain't looking at stuff like the real value. They don't want a man with property, 50 acres and a mule. They don't want that. They want who got the new car, who got the Jordans, who got the gold, and all that. And that fall into verse 10 where it said, who can find a virtuous woman? Her price is far above rubies. A woman that want our rubies, that.
Listen, check this out. That's real. Remember Joe's wife, y'all? Y'all remember Joe? Joe had money. Joe had that cake, boy. He had that money. But soon time get hard. What Joe's wife said? She said, "Curse God and die." That mean she wasn't worth a hill of beans, or she was there for the money, or what's hell?
She wasn't no bigger than woman.
Great every day in the morning. But
Joe
I ain't trying to come at her like that, But that's just a good old example. You feel me? Because we know Job had that cake. He had that money. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me.
So, but hey, that's exactly what's going on. These are the qualities of a virtuous woman, or a protective woman, or a woman who surround her man, or Proverbs 14, where she built her house. All these things, what we just saw, this was her building the house, building the family structure. You know what I'm talking about? So, and notice how she went out to go buy land and do this and that. Not saying that that's her cake she buying it with. It could be her husband, but he the one, he gave the blueprints to her, and she went out and executed. He like, hey, go get us some land. And she had a good decision on what we gonna do. Matter of fact, you get into your household, your wife be the one that decorate the thing, right? Hey, she can use her creativity. Look at Elijah. He a witness to that. Look at him. You feel me? So that's exactly what's going on. All right, do you want to run down on that Proverbs 26?
Go play.
Where we at?
Not Proverbs 26. I'm tripping. I'm thinking about
Sirach 26.
Yeah. We're finna get ready. To start slowing this train down. You know what I'm talking about? And with this Sirach 26.
Are we doing the whole thing?
Yeah, we might well. The whole thing fine.
Hold on. Sirach 26.
Y'all get them apocryphas out. Sirach is Ecclesiasticus. You feel me? In the apocrypha.
Yeah. Ecclesiastic. All right, what chapter?
26. Now look, next, I don't know when we're gonna do it, but I remember last time we was in the meeting, we said we're gonna hit on this subject. But then during the middle of the week, somebody suggested that we should hit on the subject of marriage, because this ain't really the subject of marriage, what we talking about right here in its fullness and totality, because we can hit on 1,000 scriptures in regards to that. You feel me? And we gonna do that sometime coming soon. Because get what? Even within marriage, we gotta look at like our marriage with the Most High in Ezekiel 16. We also gotta look at how in the Garden of Eden, this why a man's supposed to have his household already ready. Just like when we was in the garden, say the Most High was our husband and we was the wife. Shoot, he had the garden already set up before he brought us in there. A lot of people think that humankind was born in the Garden of Eden. No, we was created outside of it. We had got put there once it got established. You feel what I'm saying? That's just like a household. So next time we meet up, we're gonna be talking about the betrothal period, like how a real Hebrew wedding go, how real Hebrew marriage go. You feel me? The whole process, because you can't just, you feel me? And I hate when people say sex and marriage, because you just can't go lay down with a woman and be like, oh, I'm married. No, we ain't do that in Exodus 19 when we got married to the Most High and we got a ketubah. A ketubah meaning contract in Hebrew. So the contract was the law, statute, and commandment that we received at Exodus 19 around the mountain. So we in a contract, we in a ketubah contract with the Most High. We in a marriage with him. But it's a whole process that come with that. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir. We in Sirach 26 though, for sure that.
All right, verse 1. Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoice her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
Wait, real quick. Say that man life gonna be doubled by this woman. Ooh. Hey,
Yeah.
only through protection, but guess what? What a woman known for? She get in that kitchen and throw down. So now. We got to understand how we going to perpetuate our life and our children's life. That's right. Throw down, Shakir. And I know your wife be throwing down because I see the pictures on Instagram. Hey, listen, boy. Well, we got to pay attention to what we throwing down in the kitchen, though. We can't be throwing listen, we in some exotic luxury cars. We can't be throwing no regular in us, no 87. Yes, sir. We need the highest quality that we throwing in us, man. And this go back to our prescribed diet in Genesis 1:29. Now, that's a lot that's going on right now. Babylon, this beast is waging war on us. Every time we hop in the shower, we putting lead in our body. Know what I'm saying? Hey, every time we go in the kitchen, sometimes we cook with aluminum pans. We putting aluminum and mercury in us. Amanda left the group chat because she had to handle her children, but she can speak on that in regards to, dang, she hopped. Boy, Amanda, I just said your name and you hop back in the chat. I promise you this always happens between me and her. Like, I don't know what's going on. Check this out. I just said Amanda could really expound on fallen watchers in regards to elements and metals. And I was talking about aluminum that we cook with, aluminum that we eat with. You feel me?
Peace. Did you just say my name?
Yes, and you popped up. You did always have, can't lie.
Peace. What were you? I'm talking about. I just did get back in.
So we were reading Sirach 26 when he was talking about a woman prolonging and doubling her husband like life.
Oh yes, I love that scripture.
Household. Then I started going and talking about like the food that we eating. You feel me? What these women in the kitchen. Then I started talking about even within the food that we eating, we got to pay attention to certain fallen waters that we ingesting, aluminum, mercury, whatever. Know what I'm saying? And you popped up.
Absolutely.
But I was finna say, are you able to expound on that real quick in regards to like what we putting in our mouths?
Absolutely. So the fallen watchers are really crafty spirits, embodiments, whatever you want to call them. They're actually minerals, which is really interesting. And so aside from that whole paradigm, just in general, you know, a lot of, I guess I'm pretty sure I heard Ox say that a lot of you guys don't eat meat. So the way that this whole entire society and world has been set up is to put the fallen watchers into our bodies. Just like if you've ever read the Essene's Gospel of Peace, he talks about how the prince of all devils seeks to come into our bodies and destroy us from the inside out, basically. But the watchers, they're pretty much all around us. They're in the electricity, they're in aluminum, petroleum, which if you look in a lot of the foods, petroleum is found in a lot of the foods that our people eat. Our people love oodles and noodles. The petroleum and aluminum are both in that. Then you got you got mercury, which they're putting mercury in the food. And I don't think it's by coincidence that these very things happen to be some of the watchers of wickedness, because I mean it can't be, it just can't be a coincidence. And you know, speaking from my own experience, these are battles that I've had within my own four walls. Not wanting to use aluminum, changing things that I feed my family years ago. It was a battle up in here, like, and it's not just because people want to eat what they want to eat. It's because the watchers are so crafty, and not only that, but it puts our people under an enchantment, and they think that they like these things. They think that it tastes good to them, or you know, even my little daughter, my eldest, she's like, well, how am I supposed to cook without aluminum foil? And you just throw it on the pan. You know, that's what I tell you. You just got to put it on the pan. You know, we don't want to come into agreement with these things. And then when you look into aluminum, things like that, you'll see that when you cook with your food on that, it actually comes off and goes onto the food that you eat, and then you put the food into your body. That's why even down to what pans you're cooking with, you want to make sure that the pans that you're cooking with are good material pans, because when you cook with aluminum pans or pans that have those metals on it, the foods pull up the metals, and then you put the metals into your body. And then what you've done is because food and money are two of the most powerful spiritual contracts that we make in this earthly existence. What you've done is now you've come into agreement with that particular spirit, and now you've given it permission to wage war in your body and in your entire household. And that's why women have the power and the ability that we have to be watchers of our household. And because, you know, we are the ones that prepare the meals mostly. And so I always just tell most of my sisters to just educate yourselves. I'm like a broken record to most of the people in my life, because I just say the same things over and over. You know, eat well, know what you're eating with, know what you're cooking with. I also like to eat foods that don't require me to use utensils, because I don't want to use those metals to eat my food with. I use wooden spoons, wooden forks, wooden bowls, because I want to come into agreement with the holy watchers and not the fallen. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, I mean, could you imagine if we just tried to stop it all cold turkey? None of us would be able to use the electricity. We wouldn't even be able to use the devices that we're using to connect with one another, because these are vices of the fallen watchers. You know, so it's a lot, fam. It's really a lot. So
yes, sir. So get what? So now we got to be real cognitive and intentional about how our households being ran. And to the men in the group, we really need to be learning these things as well, to bring awareness to the women so they can learn more in it. You feel me? And sprout that seed and be creative enough to get us up out of this situation, man. You feel me? Anybody got anything to add on that? The bill?
That just go back to what you were saying last time we met about getting back to the wilderness, because the most high ain't none of this stuff that all the rooms y'all sitting in, everything in there, majority of it not of the most high.
Yeah.
Everything you're around, like we think we're supposed to be in these houses and stuff, that's Maine. We're supposed to be out in the wilderness.
Breathing in artificial air, under artificial lighting. Man,
Yeah.
eating artificial food.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Even the water is poisoned with vices of the fallen watchers. I just moved out here a few months ago, but where I was living at before in my hometown, they sent out a letter in the mail saying that there was radium in the water. So they were like, oh, now all of a sudden, they were basically saying from this point forward, don't cook with your water, don't drink your water, bop, 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 with radium in it. And that radium has been in there. It's been in there. Something happened to where they had to tell the people, but it's been in there. And where the Most High has brought my understanding just from studying the teachings of the Messiah and the Essenes is that sin, a great amount of sin, is actually simply just what goes against nature. And we welcome, I feel like sometimes I've had this thought that that's why some of the scriptures say that we were born into sin, because a lot of the ways of this world is literally against nature. I mean, if you think about, it's why I refuse to have my daughter in the hospital, because as soon as they're born, they're greeted by the fallen watchers. They want to put those bright lights over our babies. They want to, probe them and examine them with all these different things. And they're all vices of the fallen watchers. And I've been reading from the books of remembrance, and it talks about the importance of welcoming your children into this earth with the Messiah and the holy watchers present. And the holy watchers cannot go where the fallen watchers are predominantly, not because they don't want to, but because they are easily confused, because they are like little children. They're so innocent and so pure. And so where there's fallen watcher activity, they don't know the difference between them and us. They just know to stay away. They just know not to go near, because that's what their Father in heaven has taught them and created them to do. And so it's just a lot. I don't even like to talk about it too much, because I could go on and on and on and on and on. It's so much. But yeah, sin is literally what goes against nature.
So look, these are some of the things that we up against, y'all, and y'all hear me sometimes talk about the scenes a lot. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all familiar with that community anyway. But once we study them, then we understand like why did they go to the wilderness in the time of the Maccabees or the Hellenistic time? You know what I'm saying? What were they doing out there? What these communities were looking like? And I think that is a good template for us, you know what I'm saying, in regards to building these communities and setting our households right in that direction. Because Revelation chapter 12, what we hit on in the last meeting, Revelation chapter 12 said that woman went to the wilderness and the earth helped the woman by the time that dragon spit out that flood against her. So we already got the flood spit out against us from the dragon. Y'all know who the dragon is. Only thing is now, right, transgression of the Torah. Let's y'all spitting in that chat, boy, for sure. Hey, this is a situation that we dealing with. Real quick, let's run down on finish this Sirach chapter 26 real quick, and then we can build. What we was at verse 3, right?
Yeah. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear Yahuwah. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward Yahuwah, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. There be 3 things that mine heart feared, and for the 4th I was sore afraid: the slander of a city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude, a false accusation. All these things are worse than death, but but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communeth with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro.
Wait, real quick. Verse 6. This also does attack this against our women. You know what I'm saying? When you start studying embryology, you understand how the XX chromosome works. XX chromosome meant to pair with other XX chromosome. Also, when you look at it outside of embryology, this women do want sisterhood. They do love their sisters, but the way how it going on in regards to how the dragon is spit out against our women, you got women hating other women. That ain't really natural. You feel what I'm saying? And I do understand some certain times, like, you feel me, certain times of the month, the time signature, a woman on her menstrual cycle, you feel me? But that menstrual cycle This also shows you the power of the woman. It's meant to absorb everything in the house, right? Like they say, a menstrual cycle absorbs everything in the house, so they react based off of, you know what I'm saying, things that they absorb, and they getting rid of the things. They filtering the things out through their blood, leaving their body. But check this out. At the same time, outside of them certain times where you know things may get rough and rocky, so the fact that we got all these devices against our women, plotting against them. Now you got women hating other women. When what we just read, verse 6. Let me see. A grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous of another woman and scores of a tongue communicating to all. So women being jealous of other women is not really of the most side, but that's what we're dealing with right now. But when you get back to this natural things and you look at embryology and the X chromosome, then you understand like how a woman do want to be in sisterhood naturally. And a lot of women confuse that with them being homosexual. Think about how many women you think that they think they are gay. They ain't really gay. They just, you naturally women attracted to other women, but not in the sexually way. You feel me? They confuse it and they think it's sexual, but it's not sexual. It's about sisterhood. You feel what I'm saying? But then, like, without lack of understanding, women, every time you turn around, when they done being used up, they call themselves gay. You feel me? They go on to being that, but it's not the case. You just want a sisterhood. That's all. Verse 7.
An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that have hold of her is though he held a scorpion. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad cause a great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every child. Open her quiver against every arrow. Father, the grace of a wife delighted her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. A silent and loving woman is a gift of Yahuwah, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. As the sun when arises in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
Real quick, I wanted to go back to verse 14 because you know the Super Brews, they love that. To be like, shut up, woman. If it, it ain't that situation. And listen, a silent woman is a gift of Yahuwah, and there is nothing worth so much as a mind well instructed. Just like how Adamah was supposed to give instruction that he learned before Hawa came about. He was supposed to give that instruction to Hawa, and she was supposed to execute it and be creative to bring it full circle. But that's by a mind well instructed, and it says also a silent woman is a gift of Yahuwah. This is not talking about you being a slave or anything, but it's just saying that a woman, like I said, melatonin, mellow, moon, should be mellow and not that rah-rah. You know, a lot of our women like that rah-rah right now. They love rah-rah. You feel me? Listen, I just ain't want to skip over that because I know a lot of Super Brews, they love that, boy. They'll go all day on that. Listen.
Well, it also reminds me of at our congregation in Jacksonville, Spirit of Yah, how our Moray, obviously being a man, he's teaching and everything, but then it's a lot of like women in there. And Miss Cynthia, Miss Cynthia, she always come like to affirm whatever it is that Josiah is saying, and it's not that she's taking the mic and saying like, she's taking over the lesson. She's just affirming and she's adding on to the conversation. That don't mean that she's going over him.
That's right. Added to the conversation. That's why I always give anybody the mic. I don't care if you're a child or a chick. You feel me? You're a child or you're a woman or anybody. Everybody got the mic. See me?
Yeah. Because what's that scripture? Every man thinks that he's maybe I'm butchering it, but it basically like every man thinks that he's good in his own eyes. Like how you need to hear other people speak, because you just talking yourself, you could be going off, or you could be doing, going astray from the Most High, but you need other people to back you up or correct you, or But anyways,
Listen,
what verse?
real quick, what you just said just reminded me of yesterday. We was at the Masjid As-Salam, like a Muslim temple yesterday. You feel me? And the imam or the instructor, a Muslim instructor or leader, he got up and he was speaking. He did his little 30-minute lecture. But during this time where the imam is speaking, nobody else supposed to be speaking. You feel me? This will go on in Islam culture. Nobody else supposed to be speaking. But the thing about it, I'm sitting there listening to the imam. The boy don't know what he's talking about. I wish I could have got up and grabbed the mic. This man said all kind of crazy stuff, and he tried to bring his understanding in Hebrew truths. You feel what I'm saying? But he was speaking wrong. The only thing about it, you feel me? And I ain't talking about Muslims in a bad way, but some of y'all in here know, because y'all have an Islamic background. You know what I'm saying? Y'all understand that in Islam means to subject, you feel me, or submit. So the only thing in Islam they know is to submit. They go in there, they do their rakah, they do their prayers, and then they just, that's it. I don't never see them go in the Quran really and be really reading, like, you know how we go through the Bible. Can't nobody fade no Hebrew Israelite Negro and doggone they book, because we be going through it for real. But the only thing about it, man, I just be disappointed in a lot of Muslims, because like if y'all say y'all about the Quran, I don't never y'all see y'all in the Quran. And when the email get up and speak, y'all don't say nothing, because he might be saying all kind of wrong stuff like Cud was saying yesterday. But get what? We do need open forum, like Acts chapter 13. Acts chapter 13, when people was in the synagogue, they always ask you, anybody got anything to say on that? You feel what I'm saying? That's why I try to ask when we building, like, anybody got something put on it? But yeah.
Yeah.
I had a thought when you were talking about the women when we have our menstruals and things like that, and going back to the food, because I feel like food is everything for us, because it's how we fuel and function and everything like that. A lot of the disconnect between us and our menstrual cycles are due to the food, also like the music. I'll say ingestion in general, not necessarily just food, just what we ingest on a regular basis, like food, music, television, ideas. Then you got your friends and they might be a little toxic, so you go and get toxic things from them too. And actually all of that really greatly affects the menstrual cycle, like, so much. And then if you're a married woman, and your menstrual cycle is just all kinds of crazy, then that kind of sets the tone for your marriage and for your household too. And the menstrual cycle is actually not really supposed to be as unpleasant as it is. And I know that's probably sounds maybe a little untrue. I've had this conversation with people in the truth before, but it's really not supposed to be that unpleasant if you're eating good foods and walking the way that you're supposed to walk, making sure that you're not ingesting anything crazy. Your menstrual cycle actually is a time of pure illumination, and you can get a lot from that time, for not just for you, but for your husband and your entire household. And I feel like when you read in the Torah, when it speaks on the wise of us being separate and not sharing a bed and things like that during that time, I really actually think that it's something to that, because when we spend that time alone, where we can really reflect. And I mean, the messages that can come through for our household are next level. Like, as a woman, I'm speaking from experience, like, things that could really save your life, or the life of your family members, or even just where they might be at in their spiritual walk at that time. And so the menstrual time is like, just, it's really a powerful time. And I have a lot of notebooks where I've like written out things and done different studies, because I know a lot of us as women, we tend to dread that time, but actually it really is a blessed time, to be honest with you. And a lot just comes through. I really would love to unpack that more with more of my sisters, because it's powerful, the things that I've learned in my little 32 years so far.
No cap, no cap. Hey, that's definitely a build on that. That's definitely a build on that. Sheesh. Anybody got anything to put on that? Yeah, y'all can definitely set something up for real, for real. Let's
Hey, we about to have to slide. But I do want to say I want to make sure that next week we still doing the Turkey Creek thing.
yeah, for sure. We're gonna pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna pop up for sure.
What date?
Ooh, I need a calendar. Yeah. Say again.
Yeah, we're gonna do it next Saturday, ain't
Yeah. Get some of this truth out in the wilderness.
Okay, that's a bet. We can put that together for sure that.
Hey, and did anybody do the group chat?
Nah,
like
not,
text message?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're gonna put all that together. You know what I'm saying? Did the day to put everything together for real. For sure. Well, we're gonna finish this chapter out. Then we're gonna end anyway, close out. But if you got a slide now,
No. We can wait.
bet that up. All right. Let's pick that up at 17. Oh, I can't remember where we left off.
It's between 14 and 17.
Yeah, it's about 17.
All right. As the clear light is upon the holy candlestick, so is the beauty of the face in ripe age. As the golden pillars are upon the sockets of silver, so are the fair feet with a constant heart. My son, keep the flower of thine age sound, and give not strength to the strangers. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thine own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified, having the confidence of their good descent. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
Oh, look, that's just like what we just read in verse 2, verse 3. A woman, y'all listen to Sharzad Ali, and she always talk about how a woman really prolonged the life of her husband. Not only that, she prolonged the life of the whole nation, matter of fact. Let's do it, all right?
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a righteous woman is given to him that feared Yahuwah. A dishonest woman contempts shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefast will fear Yahuwah. A woman that honored her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonored him in her pride shall be counted unrighteous of all. A loud crying woman in a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third making me angry. A man of war that suffered poverty, and a man of understanding that are not set by, and one that returned from righteousness to sin. Yahuwah prepared such an one for the sword. A merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong, and a huckster shall not be freed from sin.
Boom, stop. Them last couple verses, y'all know they got off subject anyway, but check this out. Check this out. When he talked about a woman being a certain portion to a man, sometimes in certain instances, whenever a man or a husband or his Isha is cutting up, or you feel me, might not be something that he expect or want. Sometimes that's a reflection of your relationship with the Most High. See what I'm saying? So get what? If sometimes that's what I'm saying, the Most High will show you signs through your wife. You know what I'm saying? If y'all in conflict about a certain thing, that might be the same conflict that you having with the Most High and in your intercession with him. So what I'm saying? So look, that's just something to think on too. But real quick, hey, before Elijah get up out of here, man, we can go ahead and do their blessing and their prayer real quick. And then if y'all want, we can continue building. But yes, sir. I just want to make sure Elijah here.
Yeah.
So we can put their blessing on her real quick. I'm going to say the beer cock call in real quick, and then I guess y'all can repeat the other one Palal after me like y'all do every time. Let's do it. So Yevareka ka Yahuwah. Viish meleka yae Yahuwah pana veleka vihuneka Isa Yahuwah pana veleka viasem leka shalom. May the Most High keep you, bless you, shine their face upon you, and give you peace. Hallelujah. Listen, check me out. Y'all repeat after me if you can. I'm finna face the E real quick. But I be new. Sheba
I
Shema.
be new.
Shabbat shabbat.
You got doodle. You crazy. Listen. Let's not break this real quick. Matter of fact, let me run down.
Go ahead, man.
Okay.
Future the mics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that. Okay, so listen. I be new. Sheba Shemayim. Yikadesh. Shimka. Tavo. Makuteka. Yase. Razunka. Hallelujah. I'm sending prayers at Yarusim. Praying that you hearken to our call. Yo, hey, why, hey. Pray you forgive us for the sins and for the sins of our forefathers that we do like 1 Kings 8. And we think ourselves in the land of our captivity and being full of repentance so that you can be remembrance of us and that you can hearken to our call and remember the promises that you gave to our righteous forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov. And we take it further back, Enoch, Methuselah, and Noah. I pray that you continue to give us edification in everything that we read, that we understand to chew the fruit and spit the seeds out, but not throw the baby out with the bathwater, and that we be able to make applicable and apply and make practical everything that we read, whether it be in words or whether it be in nature or things that we understand in regards to it's dropping down to our spirit, that we be in connection with you and that you bring the Ruach HaKodesh in our bodies and that we continue to make our bodies and our temple clean enough for the Ruach HaKodesh to dwell in. And all these things I'm praying that you send your Malachim HaKodesh and the Holy Watchers to be around us, to minister to us and us minister to them, that we be in your divine connection by way of these tools and the resources that you give us. And I pray that we continue to stay humble enough and meek enough to be able to learn your truth and make practical your truth so that we can be the priesthood and the kohanim that you raised us to be, and also to be the prophets, the na'avim that you raised us to be in the world, and that we minister to the world and show them how to conduct themselves in regards to our alignment with nature. Now these things I pray through the Ruach HaKodesh to make intercession for the things I don't know what to say. I pray, hallelujah.
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 Yes, sir. Hey, shalom, Liza. You finna drop out here. If anybody had anything to add on this, you feel me? Hey, speak on
it. Hey, I hate we gotta run. My phone was muted, but the dog and labor. So I got, and everything closed early because of modern day Babylon New Year's. So I gotta go get some stuff before they close.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, I'm about to be a granddaddy for the 5th time.
Hey.
Yes.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
All right, bless
right,
us.
Let me know about Turkey Creek.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna bring some food.
That's a bet then.
We're gonna create a group chat and put the prayer
All
in
right,
there that we need to learn.
All right, Terry. Sorry, y'all.
Bree. All right.
Hey Jay,
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I asked, are you gonna create the group chat and put the prayer in there? I want to read it.
Yeah, with that prayer, like a common prayer, that was just the beginning of the Lord prayer, just in Hebrew. But I do want to put the Birkat Kohanim in there because according to, like I say, I modeled myself out the Essene community, you know what I'm saying? And in the Essene community within the Dead Sea Scroll, you can see how every time you greet or you leave somebody in the community, they say the blessings over them. The Birkat Kohanim, which basically means the blessings of the priesthood. Kohanim mean priesthood. And so that was that Yevareka ka Yahuwah Viyish Medeka Yae Yahuwah Panave Leka Vihuneka Yesaya Yahuwah Panave Leka Viasin Leka Shalom. You know what I'm saying? Get what? You start running down on that.
This man, like I'm gonna learn it next week. I say back January before we meet. I'll tell you.
Yes, sir. Get what?
You just gotta write it down for me.
Oh yeah, we're gonna write it down. But you know what's so crazy? I already had brought it to my attention. We real deal be writing out like Hebrew and English, but why not us write it out in its actual form, the pictographs?
Right.
This why also whenever we do our bills in person, for the ones that's in my area, shoot, more involved with Ivrit or the actual lettering and learning how to be literate in Hebrew. And yes, we all know that Hebrew is a bastardized language. It's sometimes mixed in with Yiddish, but just like our forefathers, their Hebrew was mixed in with Egyptian tongue, Canaanite tongue, Babylonian tongue, but that ain't nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Because that come down to the pronunciation, but the actual pictography itself is more virgin, it's more pure than the pronunciation of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can say that anything better than English, and we already know we be speaking curses all day in English. You feel me? Hey, that come with it. That's the nature of the beast. And also, I think when Zephaniah said that the Most High gonna return to us a pure language, I don't think that language is gonna be like a language like we speaking amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Really, Amanda done charged me up in regards to that. By certain things she say in regards to language. So I believe that language ain't gonna be no language for us, no chitty, chatty, nothing like that. If y'all can catch what I'm saying, picking up what I'm putting down.
I was changing my daughter. Did you say something about doing lessons? You was gonna do lessons on the alphabet?
Yeah. I mean, we can do it on Zoom too, but I was speaking to the ones that's in my area right now that shoot, you know what I'm saying? In person, we're gonna be out. You know.
Oh yeah, because that's fire. I was studying for a little bit, but it got beyond me years ago, probably like 2 years ago. I was studying with this one sister on through YouTube, and I learned a lot, but it's, you know, you have a really good handle on it, like just off the top, it seems like. And it really, you know what, because the way I've been breaking down scripture and I've been reading from so many different books, like I really want to get back into it, because I feel like it does give you more of that esoteric understanding to the scriptures, and, you know, that deeper spiritual meaning when you can unpack that language like that from its, well, you know, what we know to be its original context. Like, that's low-key fire. Like, definitely am interested if you ever decide to do any type of lessons on Zoom or anything like that. So keep me posted.
That's a big bet. What you got, Shakir? Wagwan. I saw you took your mic off. I thought you were finna say something. Yeah, for sure. I always say
Somebody said they gotta stop eating noodles. Please, yes, do not eat noodles. Oh my goodness. Who said it? Because I just want to know, because don't eat no noodles. Oh my goodness. They are horrible for you. They literally have like 4 or 5 of the fallen watchers in them. Woo. Not to mention the other stuff we don't even know about.
Yeah, Duty, just get your wife to cook for you at this point.
I cook my own. What you talking about? I just eat noodles when it get tough. You know what I'm saying?
Was that Brand?
Yeah, I think that Brand said that.
I need me a white though, for real, man.
No cap.
I love you, Brand.
Yeah, the spelt noodles are good, and then there's these other noodles too. What are they called? I'm trying to think of them. I think they're not kelp noodles. They're really good. I mean, a lot of those noodles, you do gotta like prepare them. It's like trial and error, but once you get that right way, you know, so you can get that good texture, you'll be good. It just takes a little practice. But them kelp noodles so far are my favorite, and you don't even gotta cook them. You can just heat them and, you know, season them things how you like. But yeah, definitely do not eat no ramen noodles out the pack. Please stop. Don't eat at all, because they're horrible.
Anybody know like any pure rices? Like they're just 100%
unbleached rice.
Wild rice.
Yeah, wild rice.
Okay.
Your wild rice, but it's practice. It takes practice in preparing it. So, you know, if you cook it the first time and it comes out nasty, don't give up. Just try again.
It's hard to find wild rice though, Duty. So like you really gonna be looking for it.
You can mix fonio, 1 part fonio and 1 part quinoa. It's just like white rice.
Get down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Celeste just left, and she could talk about all this food too.
I was just finna tell Celeste to speak on that because she a whole chef out here too. She done left. Tell her next. She said next time, but tell her next time we hop in here, bro. She gonna have to build on that too.
I gotta get wooden spoons and everything. I know I'm be eating with plastic spoons.
Man, eat with your hands, brother. Listen. You're a real Igbo. I can look at you and tell you from Lagos, your people, Nigeria.
I mean, I eat my greens. You know, I eat my greens with my hand.
Listen, dude. Yes, you need that. You need that bacteria from your hands. Listen, a lot of people don't understand. Like, we need bacteria too, cuz. Yes, sir. Eat with your hands.
Yeah, it tastes better when you eat with your hands too. It actually tastes a lot better.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh, it do taste better. And shoot, Ira, you know that.
I agree. Yeah. That's how my
Wait,
grandma
what
taught
I
me.
know?
Nah, Ira, you probably used to eat that collard green when you was a jit with
Ooh,
your hands.
yeah, the collard greens, the cornbread with your hands.
Hey.
Dude, from the country.
Doodle country.
It's also really good. It's also really good for your nervous system to do that too. You're sending really good signals to your body when you lift your hand up with your food in it and put it in your mouth. It does like really great wonders for your nervous system, which then in turn just does great things for your subconscious mind. So it's just healing and power on all levels.
That's what we need, that holistic health, y'all. Mind,
yes,
body.
we need to do. I'm sorry.
No.
I was saying we need to do like a whole meeting on holistic health. Amanda and Celeste. Celeste is a chef, and like she knows all about like alkaline foods and raw foods and everything like that.
Yes, sir. Shakir, is this you or your wife spitting the good game in here in regards to okay? Listen, they some chefs too now. Yes, sir. We got all the chefs right now.
Yeah, that kamut is good though. When you learn how to cook that kamut, it's real good. It's like amazing when you learn how to prepare it. It's just, and even the amaranth, I eat amaranth too a lot. And it's another thing that, because I like porridges. So I like porridge type foods. And they're actually, porridge type foods are the easiest to eat with your hands too, because they clump together real well. But it's just practice. Like if you're not familiar with eating that stuff, if you just practice cooking it, it just, it just takes practice. That's all. Even the spelt, it's a little different at first, but I've been eating this way since 2017. And when I first, it's so crazy to think when I first started, I used to not even be able to get full without meat. I used to be like, I'm still hungry. So I would just eat and eat and eat a whole bunch of fruit, eat a whole bunch of stuff because I couldn't get full. And now I got to remind myself to eat because I'm good off one meal a day. And I'm, nursing. So I got to be like, yo, eat, eat, eat. I got to like literally set alarms on my phone to make myself eat.
And shoot, just like Elijah Muhammad said, that one meal a day, boy, he was really on that. But check this out now. Now we talking about state reports. We talking about transitional foods, y'all. Hey, it's gonna have to be a time where if you ain't breastfeeding, you know what I'm saying, you ain't nursing. Listen, you need to be eating nothing but the sun, like them type. You feel?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yes, sir. Hey, or of not just straight raw, like sun cooked food. By the time you get that fruit already cooked. It been cooked by nature. It been cooked by the sun. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Look, I took it for granted because I love fasting. It's such a lifestyle for me before I got pregnant. And like I always say, like, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to even fast for at least the next 1.5 to 2 years. So I'm always telling everybody, fast for me, because I still try to fast. Like I intermittent fast. So I'll stop eating at a certain time at night. And then, give my body like at least 16 hours without food so that my diet while I'm sleeping through the night and while I'm sleeping. And then when I rise up, I drink my herbs And then I'm usually eating my first meal around like 10. So I try to give my body 16 hours. But before that, I mean, the thing is like what I love about fasting is that not only are you doing work in the spirit realm, because your fasting is like that's got to be a tool you have on your tool belt, but you're also giving your body, so when you fast, you're giving your digestive system a break, so your body can actually do other things that need to be done. It can heal other areas that need healing. When you, as soon as you eat, now your body, your digestive system is going to be working all day long, and it just takes from every other thing in your body. So it literally takes all day to digest. So when you fast, you're giving your body a break from having to digest, and then it can then focus on other things like your brain, or if you have ailments, it'll start sending signals through the blood to those organs that need the ailment so that you can start healing properly, because everything that you need for healing is in the body. You just got to make sure you're giving it what it needs. And in most cases, you just stop giving it anything and it's going to recorrect itself, which is, I think that's like a miracle that our body is like that.
No cap. That's exactly right. Look, hey, all right, you still got your sword out? Go to Isaiah 7 real quick. I want to add to that with that, what our manager said.
Where?
Just run down on verse 15, matter of fact.
Butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse evil and to choose the good.
Boom. So this is a prophecy about the Messiah, Mashiach. Not even outside of fasting, but just eating light in general. It said basically these things that he was eating so lightly. They say that he was doing that so he can know to refuse evil and how to choose good. You know what I'm saying? Because scientifically, kind of what Amanda was saying, all your blood circulation go down to your digestive system if you eating heavy. So you lacking a certain blood flow in your cerebral cortex, which way your thinking go on that. How you gonna be able to make good decisions or good choices in regards to, like, if you faced with choices, if you got all your blood flow going to your digestive system. So a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, and I'm a foodie, boy, I eat well all day, but I do know at the same time that, hey, catching the itis ain't no good thing. if you trying to be on top of your game in regard to being on your pivot, you know, using your cerebral cortex, outside of the fact we only use a percentage of our brain from the get-go. So now you even using a lesser percentage. So you eat all that food, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. So, man. Well, we finna get ready to wrap this thing up. Cause look what time it is.
Okay.
3:48. It's 3:48 my time. I don't know if I'm Eastern or Central right now.
That's Eastern. Yeah, it's 3:48 my time too.
Okay, big. Cause my phone be back and forth. We in 2 time zones right now.
2:48 in Alabama.
Oh, okay, bet. So, well, man, we finna get ready to close it out. We already hit the play. We already hit the blessing, man. Listen, y'all just safe out there in Shalom. We're gonna run it back sometime soon.
All right.
Yeah, peace. You recorded this, right? Because I missed some parts. And